Hello. Following calls to our helpline and discussions with our community over many years, we believed that there was a lack of awareness and understanding around genetic testing and genetic counselling, and that people weren't always being given the opportunity to find out more about them. In 2019, we carried out our Retina UK sight loss survey, and of the 1,000 people who responded, 43% told us that they were not aware of genetic testing, or that they were aware of it, but they didn't believe it was available to them. Some members of our community who believed that they had received a genetic diagnosis were only actually aware of the general name of their condition or an inheritance pattern, thinking this was the genetic diagnosis, not really understanding the difference. So as the results of our survey confirmed what we had suspected, Retina UK committed to providing our community with easily accessible, clear, balanced information to help people understand what's available to them and explain both the benefits and the limitations. As a charity, it's not our place to say that everyone should get a test. We just want to provide good, easy to understand information to help people in our community make informed decisions as to whether genetic testing and genetic counselling is right for them and their family. We've produced a suite of information, and whilst all the materials we're showing you today are online, we also have all of this information available in audio on either CD or memory stick, and also available in print if preferred. We're very grateful to those members of our community who supported us in testing the accessibility of the website using a whole range of devices and software. Thank you so much. Your feedback was fabulous. All of this work has been made possible during a very difficult financial year due to a grant from Novartis. Again, for this, we're very grateful. Right now, I'm going to pass you over to my colleague, Kate, who will explain more about the information that's available and how you may use it. Kate?
Thank you, Denise. Firstly, I would just like to say a huge thank you to those who supported us in developing this content to produce a set of information which is accurate and we hope meets the needs of families affected by inherited sight loss. We were very grateful to have help and advice from 3 healthcare professionals: Georgina Hall, Consultant Genetic Counsellor at the Manchester Centre for Genomic Medicine, Sian Sperring, Genetic Counsellor at the Oxford Eye Hospital, and Claire Arneson-Newgas, Ophthalmic Genetic Research Nurse at the Oxford Eye Hospital. We also had help from several members of our community who reviewed and helped us shape the content. I'm going to share the website with you now and explain the information that's included. The website address is www.retinauk.org.uk/genetics. But don't worry if you can't note that now. It's in your programme and will also be included in an email you'll receive after today. So this is the homepage. You can scroll down for links to different sections, or you can use the top navigation menu or the search box. There are also some accessibility buttons over on the left for changing font size and contrast as needed. The information covers the topics of genetics itself, so an explanation of genes and genetic code and how these can sometimes go wrong to cause sight loss. Inheritance patterns, which explains the different ways in which faulty genes can be passed down through families and the risks to children. Genetic testing, which covers what testing entails and the potential benefits and limitations of tests. Genetic counselling, explaining how this service can support families, and information on how to get a referral for testing and genetic counselling. There are also details of specialist clinics around the country. And at the bottom, we also have a frequently asked questions section, which we'll probably add to over time with feedback from our community. The information is very much arranged in layers, so that people can explore each topic in as much depth as they want to at any given time. We appreciate that there's potentially a huge amount to take in, especially when somebody first gets a diagnosis, and it can be very overwhelming. So, for example, if someone doesn't want to go any further with the nuts and bolts of genetics than what's on the homepage, then that's absolutely fine. The basic take-home message is more or less there. If people do want to delve a little further, they can click on the Find Out More link. That will give a little more information, I hope enough to help families understand or contextualise other information that they might have been given. But if they still want to know more, they can open this link to more detailed information, or indeed play the additional track on the audio version. Every layer is written to be as understandable as possible. There's absolutely no expectation of prior knowledge at any point. There's just an expansion of the amount of information. If it does all look like too much, you can get rid of the in-depth information again by clicking the Simplify link, or you can just go back to the home page. Each section follows the same design as necessary. The inheritance pattern section has an extra layer of information about each specific pattern, which I'm clicking through to now. So if you know the inheritance pattern that affects your client and their family, you can potentially signpost them to the page in question or print out a copy for them. These pages also include diagrams showing how faulty genes are passed down through the generations, which some of you might find helpful in discussions. Speaking of printing, the print template has been designed to produce printouts in 16-point font without clutter from any graphics. So if clients or patients do want hard copy, that should be easy for you to provide. Alternatively, as Denise said, the Retina UK office can provide hard copies or the audio version on CD or memory stick. There are some lovely quotes from community members on the homepage. And we do also have a Your Story section, which I'll click through to now. So if people want to find something from a more personal perspective, they can pop across here to find out how others living with sight loss have got on with genetic testing. This section also includes some dedicated audio content, as we recorded a podcast with 2 community members about their experiences of testing and genetic counselling. That podcast can also be accessed from the genetic testing and counselling sections of the site, along with podcasts we recorded with genetic counsellor Georgina Hall to delve into how genetic testing can be helpful, how genetic counsellors can support families, and what happens when you access these services. Hopefully, these resources will provide some additional reassurance to families where necessary. Towards the bottom of the homepage, you can link to information about getting a referral for genetic testing and counselling, which I will navigate to now. This page also links you to some information specifically aimed at healthcare professionals, such as GPs or local ophthalmologists. We know from what our community has told us that getting a referral for testing can sometimes be challenging. And this information is designed to explain concisely to a non-specialist doctor why testing can be worthwhile and why it can be an important issue for families. We would encourage you to share this page in particular with any clinicians in your network who are perhaps hard pressed for time but might find this summary useful. It also contains some links to further reading if any of you would like to delve a little deeper. The website also includes a list of specialist genetics and ophthalmic genetics clinics, which you can use to identify clinics in your region. This information can obviously be passed to referring GPs or ophthalmologists, making the referral process as easy as possible for them. The list is linked to from the top navigation menu, from the main homepage, and also from Getting a Referral and Professionals pages. Back to Denise to sum up.
Thanks, Kate. We hope that you've really enjoyed our talk today and you understand how important it is for our community to have clear information available to them to enable them to make the best decisions for their family. Being diagnosed with an inherited retinal condition often means that there's a great deal of uncertainty ahead, but there are some areas that people can take control of. And understanding more about their condition, it's really important to people. chance maybe to get a firm diagnosis, to better understand their inheritance pattern, and the chances of future generations being affected. These things matter to people. Please do explore our website and think about how you might use it with the people that you're supporting. We value your feedback, and whilst we've done loads of research and planning to get to this stage, if you've got any thoughts or comments, please let us know. There is a form to do this on the website, and the opportunity to feedback will be available if you choose the print or audio versions as well. Whatever your role is, however you support our community, you can start to have these conversations and let people know where they can find the support and information to help them understand what's available to them should they choose to use it. We do have some printed materials to support as well. All the eye clinics will be sent a hard copy of the information pack to use in clinic in showing people what is actually available. There'll be laminated Unlock Genetic posters to put up in clinic, and there will also be a supply of promotional postcards to give out to people. And these items are available to any of our professional partners, so if any of you feel that they'd be useful, please get in touch and let us know and we can send a supply. So today is the launch of Unlock Genetics. It's just the starting point. We are going to be sharing this information far and wide in communications and on social media, but we'd really like your help. Please tell your colleagues about Unlock Genetics. Talk to your patients and clients, spread the word, shout about it. Up to now, there's really only been a whisper about genetic counselling and genetic testing, and that means that there's a whole load of people out there that don't have the knowledge that's available to them about the condition that they're living with. Thank you.